Hey guys, Shane here at Tank Hunter Miniatures, and today we're going through my tournament results, bringing the orks. Now this was the actual first time I played the orks this edition, and pretty much all these models as well, so this was crazy. Every buggy. As I was explaining to one of my opponents, he was like, oh, what do they do? Like, what does each one of them do? And I'm like, it's all completely random. Everything is completely weird and different, and it's very hard to keep track of everything. So yeah, this was a bit of a challenge, but we did pretty good, and overall it was really fun. So this is of course the Speed Force, the Speed War, whatever, Speed Freaks. As you can see, we've got the dragsters there, which I explained. They're the raiders there, which I've converted. We got the 3 squig buggies. We got the 3 rocket trucks. We got the 1 snaz wagon, and yeah, then we got the 3 tanks. Tanks have the hard case, as is pretty evident, with the kill cannon, and we got 3 mechs just to hang around, just give them the buff to shoot. Overall, shooting wise, not really was very good, because as you'd imagine, everything hits on 5s, even with buffs sometimes. The real strategy of this army is to just get up really fast, make things difficult for your opponent, and try and win just with board control, because that's really the main focus you had, because you don't have a lot of damage in the shooting so much, because yeah, there was some stuff that did like d6 damage and the devastating wounds, but it was very unreliable, and especially for the trucks as well. Like, they had a lot of shots, but not a lot of it was doing anything. I didn't really have any strats for the trucks. They couldn't do much. They were mostly strong in combat, but they weren't strong enough in combat. Yeah, you could buff them. They were hitting pretty accurately, but it wasn't... Yeah, there was nothing like a big damage dealer in the attack profile of a battle wagon. So that's where you run into trouble. You can get into combat, you can be doing attacks, you know, really getting in there, but it takes a long time to sort of get something down. And the theory was, you know, we have enough. We have so many bodies, just the amount of attacks, just the sheer amount of everything is gonna eventually pull things down. And it did work, just very slowly. For an army that's all about speed, getting everywhere fast, the movement is the fast part. Everything else is slow. Shooting is slow because you have so many random attacks, so many random things happening. And then, like I said, combat is slow because you've got all this stuff that's hitting but not really damaging that much. So it takes a long time to get through combat. So that's a cruel irony of this army. So let's just get into the first match. So we've had up against the Space Marines here. He's got some heavy intercessors. He's got a repulsor there. A couple of the big dreads. Couple of the weapon platform guys. And I think he had some aggressors hiding behind that building. He was playing the Imperial Fist one, so if he stands still, he gets the heavy ability, and of course the better to shoot or whatever. This was a bad matchup for him, because we get here, he gets first turn, but of course, as you can see, it's not in his best interest to really go forward, so he has to sort of move a little bit out. He's apprehensive because of course he doesn't really want to get first turn charged, so yeah, in a way he has to wait for me to come to him, but he also has to sort of stay still to really get the benefits of his attacks. So he gets into a better position. He takes some shots off on the battle wagon. So it's down to 6 wounds on the side there. The executioner there did some work on him, but overall not a great amount of shots. We go into my first turn. I've managed to get in first turn charge. I don't think I called in a war. No, I didn't call in a war. I just got a first turn charge, so that was fun. We get everyone in. Or maybe I did call the war. I can't remember. But either way, as you can see, we're there, we're up. I got everything sort of in combat. You know, we got 2 buggies there. They're hitting the heavy intercessors. They're hard to take out with lots of wounds and everything. I'm doing like 1 or 2 damage. I can't really take out one very well. So, yeah, we're pinning everything in place. As you can see, the dreadnoughts there, we've rammed everything in, and we're keeping everyone in place. This was the mission where we had the extra objectives, so we're able to pretty much cap everything first turn. So this was great for board control. His next turn, yeah, he shot the one of the buggies off the left there, the one that gave the neg 2 to the neg 1 to shooting when it hit something. He's got out his stern guard at the back. The dreadnought there, the close combat one, managed to get in combat with the Snazwagon there. But the Snazwagon, of course, gives the neg 1 to hit. It's got the ork neg 1 to hit, and I gave it the 4-up invuln save for the stratagem, and it took no damage from all the attacks. So you got to remember, I mean, you got to visualize. So this buggy is like running around in circles, just driving around this dreadnought, and it's just trying to hit it, but it just can't land a hit. It's just, yeah, kicking up dirt and everything. So that was fun. But yeah, as you can see, we're just still locked in combat. I've kept him in place. So he's not really dealing that much damage to me. I'm not really dealing that much damage to him. Oh yeah, the dragsters managed to deep strike in the back corner because I needed behind enemy lines, so I managed to deep strike them in. One died, he got shot pretty hard. But then the next turn, when it's my turn, I'm able to charge in, finally finish off some of those heavy intercessors, and we're still stuck in. So at the end of turn 2, we're still stuck in the fight, you know, keeping him in place. And I think we pretty much run out of time there. Yeah, this was pretty much the end of the game. We, like I said, it just takes so long just to do anything with this army. I was trying to keep up, but yeah, there was just too many things to remember, and there's too much going on. But yeah, I got pretty much, he agreed, yeah, I was able to push him back. The dreadnought, the ballistas was pretty much on like 2 wounds, I think, and I'm in his backfield. I'm on over the objective. It's, yeah, not a good spot for him to be in. I've just completely pushed him into his deployment and just, you know, not very far out from it, and I'm just stuck there keeping him back. So yeah, like I said, the main strategy was get up front, claim the battlefield for my own, and just hold on, taking casualties where I can, just hold on and just play at the game. So the next match we have against the Thousand Suns with Magnus. So he's got 2 Mutalith Warp Beasts there. He's got some Rubric Marines. He's got Araman. He's got some other sorcerers. So scary stuff, because these Warp Beasts, they are like so damaging. Like they have massive anti-tank. It's crazy. These guys can, yeah, just one-shot pretty much any buggy, even the battle wagon. These guys are pretty close to one-shotting, especially Magnus. But we managed to get first turn here. So we get right up the board, and we just shoot forward everything. This was the... What mission was this? This was the ritual. So there's only one objective in the middle, and we've got to make our own objectives. So again, I've got to get to the center of the board, and I'm just, you know, keeping everything away from it. You've got all these vehicles to push through to try and get to the center to get some points. So as you can see, we've shot off most of the Marines. That was mostly the squig buggies. They just, yeah, lobbed everything. Real high damage, you know, you just have to have enough shots to be able to do something. And we've got some damage on the Warp Beast. Not a huge amount. They're really hard to kill. They got the Feel No Pain. They got the Invuln. Yeah, it was very hard. But, you know, we're pushing through. Everything's going to plan here. So the next turn, Magnus and the Warp Beast up on the top. You know, they're pushing me back. They're getting rid of some of the buggies. The Warp Beast has come down the bottom there. It's trying to take out some of the buggies. And he's teleported 1 squad of Rubric Marines to come take my back objective. So yeah, he's still, everything's going to sort of plan for him. As you can see, yeah, I'm sort of split aside. You know, do I pull things back? Do I keep going forward? So we end up just keep going forward. You know, I call in a war just so we can deal some more damage. You know, we get the Warp Beast in combat. We've finished off some of the Marines, so they're mostly taken care of. One of the battle tanks is taking down Magnus, and the Warp Beast managed to explode it. And yeah, we're still holding on. This is taking a lot of wounds, like we're losing a lot of guys pretty fast here. That's right, I tried to get that objective in the back. I had to get his home objective, but we couldn't make the charge. I cannot make a 9-inch charge ever. I tried a couple of times, it just doesn't work. So then on his next turn, yeah, he's managed to wipe out the rest of the buggies there. That whole top corner there in my home zone is just gone. And yeah, but in the combat, we've managed to finish off the Warp Beast down here. So on both sides, we've pretty much taken out each other's armies. Like, there isn't much left here at all. So the next turn, I managed to, yeah, get back that one in the back. Yeah, I'm trying to clear him off my objective there. We put down some more ritual objectives. But as you can see, his big main army like Magnus and the Warp Beast up there, they've been stuck up the top of the side of the board the entire game. This was really a mission where you should have been sort of capping the center, trying to push everything forward, because that's where the main objective points are. But unfortunately, he got stuck up the top trying to deal with that, with all those buggies up there. So I was able to pretty much clear everything else out, and yeah, we're too high up on points at this point, and this was pretty much the end of the game, I think. Oh, no. So he comes back down just to try and get in the center now. But at this point, yeah, we're just able to just stay away from him. Yeah, I'm able to just stay away from him. We played out the final couple of rounds, which I just eliminate. I think I get assassinate, so I just kill the other character. I just warp the 2 dragsters back over to my side of the board and just assassinate him. And yeah, I'm claiming too many objectives here. And I think the cards he got was to do actions. He got like 2 action ones, like a cleansing or something. So he had to stay, you know, he couldn't be shooting. He had to be getting points. So he couldn't take out my cars in the last two turns. So that was a victory for us. So yeah, against an army that's pretty elite like this, like, I really just had the body advantage. Because that's what you find with an army like this. Even though it's not troop heavy, it's very much spam heavy. So this was an interesting one to sort of play. And last up, we got Tau again. The army that always seems to be able to counter everything I bring. So as you can see, he's got his ghost kills up there. He's got the Sunfire suits up in there, just hiding out. Stealth suits are just in the front there, and he's just with Devilfish. You know, he's holding back a bit because he knows I'm going to want to charge in and get him. We're pretty blocked here. There's not a lot of open area, so it's hard to get a lot of these cars in because they have such big bases. And unlike other, like when we were playing the AdMech, it was sort of similar. We had the similar profiles to all our tanks, but we never really had to get into combat with that. That's the biggest problem with this force, is you have all these tanks that need to get into combat, but they have such a big profile. When you're in cramped areas, you can't get everything into combat, and I'll show you where that really comes into play. So he gets first turn. He managed to run up, get the center objective there. I forget which mission we're doing, but you know, it's just about, you know, grabbing objectives. That's right, the burden of trust. So you got to sort of hold the middle objectives and just keep holding on to them. He managed to get some damage off on some buggies. He's sort of holding back a little to begin with. So yeah, he's just establishing his ground, taking all the objectives first turn, which is a smart move. So in my turn, we've pretty much rammed everything in. We've shot all those breaches off the main objective, and I was able to bring the battle wagon straight up and just run straight over Commander Shadowsun, who was standing behind them to give them buffs. We got a lot of stuff in combat. Like I said, it was really hard just fitting everything into combat. We've got, yeah, the buggy, the squig buggy, and the truck in combat with our ghost kill. I couldn't fit the other tank in there though. I couldn't fit the other snaz wagon in there. And we've got everything else just sort of hanging out around. But I felt pretty good with this one. You know, I'm contesting these objectives. Everything's sort of contested in my favor now. But then on his turn, wow, I lost a lot that turn. He basically comes in with the suits. I reckon I missed it. Did I miss a turn? Yeah, I must have missed a turn. Yeah, I think that's his turn and my turn. But basically, anyway, the shadow suits, the Sunfire suits come down, blow up. You know, you had that one in the center there. They blew up one tank. The other squad down the bottom blew up the other one and took out the mechs there. Some of the other buggies are gone. Yeah, it's looking pretty sparse now. But I've managed to finally take out the Ghost Keel in combat. Those suits up the top are body blocking the other buggy. But yeah, trying to get a charge now because I wanted to get the battle wagon to try and charge into the rest of the squads. It just didn't work. And as you can see, I can only fit one tank to get into combat down the center. There was only one there that could sort of fit in. So I don't have space. I just don't have space to get everything in combat. Which is, definitely something I didn't think about before bringing this army and doing anything. So, yeah, we sort of still have a bit of the advantage, but not really enough. It's going to be hard to, this is the last photo I took. So, yeah, from here on, you can tell what happens, because, yeah, he's got still another full uninjured suit. I've got buggies and stuff that can't really do that much damage to those Sunfire suits. He's able to pretty much take me off of, just secure those two objectives and just outdo me. By the third turn, it was actually funny because I thought, oh, I'm losing, so I can do the secret the secret mission, so I can pull off. All right, I'll just get your main base area. I'll just take your objective, and just that'll be the give me the points for that. But something I didn't realize, you have to be losing on the primary objectives for the main mission. And I was actually winning on those points, but I was losing on secondary. So I couldn't take a secret mission. So even though I was losing, I wasn't eligible for the secret missions. That's a fun thing you gotta keep in mind. That's lesson of warning. So yeah, I thought maybe we could swarm the tower so much with all these bodies of tanks and just push them back really far. But tanks, the tower just had the answer to this. It's just a hard counter that I thought maybe if I have enough bodies, I can intercept enough shots, just take the damage, keep moving forward. But no, I did not have enough. Like I said, maybe if I could have just done more damage, but the Ghost Keels are so hard to bring down with anything that isn't anti-tank specifically. And even with tank, it's hard because you've got to get close up to them. You got to get within 12. You really need something like an Angron or something, maybe like a close combat Dreadnought, something that's going to get into combat and just rip it apart. But there isn't a lot of that, so yeah, Ghost Keels are pretty annoying in this one. Yeah, there was a lot of just penalties to hit. Penalties to hit. I'm now hitting on 6s. So it was so hard to counter this, and I thought, well, I'll just get into combat. That's Tao's weakness, combat. But, it just wasn't enough. He just, all the warriors and stuff, all they got squished, but yeah, just didn't have enough anti-tank with this tank army. And that's really a problem with the orks. They just don't have any anti-tank that's any reliability. And this is a good mix of heavy armor with the suits and a lot of, more elite infantry and base infantry. So this was able to put a stop to the orc army and stop my winning streak. So we went 2 out of 3 games, which still, like I said, was pretty good. We had a lot of fun time. This was definitely a fun army to play. It's definitely, even though I won pretty well the first 2 matches, it's definitely not a strong list. It's not a strong army. You're relying on a couple of tricks to go off. You're relying on too many things going well. As soon as a couple things go bad, you just sort of fall apart. And that's what I saw with this with this army. I was losing bodies, and I couldn't, like, push through. Once I got into combat, I couldn't push through instantly. I couldn't finish a combat for another couple of rounds of combat. We were just locked in there for too long. So yeah, it's an interesting army because, like I said, it's a hybrid. It's more combat focused, but it's not that great at combat, and it's definitely not that great at shooting. Its main advantage is speed and, you know, numbers of bodies. And that isn't super reliable way to win a game. So definitely fun, definitely fluffy. Like I said, I like the theme of this. You know, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, definitely not in the top tier brackets of strongest army to play. So yeah. And I definitely like the scheme. You know, I didn't do anything. I hadn't really painted any tanks yellow, so I thought I'd go with the yellow, rusted, sort of junkyard look. I felt it came off pretty good. So yeah, this was definitely a good army. Yeah, something you got to think, put a lot of thought into. Like I said, it took me forever to get my turns done. I normally go through my turns really fast playing these armies because I have so little to do, but this took forever. So yeah, if you're expecting a big day, big long battle, this is what you need. So yeah, definitely some words of warning for playing an army like this. It's really strong on paper, but takes a lot more to win. Anyway, that's enough for this video. So yeah, I'll try and have a new army coming out next month. I've still got to decide what I want to do. But yeah, let me know what you think. And we'll see you at the next one. Bye.